Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello everybody, Michael Quarles with the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a scenario question. And remember, if you have a question, send it to me at support@michaelquarles.com. One more time, support@michaelquarles.com. Now, before I get started on the scenario question, a couple things for housekeeping. One, I need you guys that are listening to go to iTunes, go up to where it says rate and review, and I need you guys to help me out and tell people what you think about my show. So other people that don't know about us yet, who are just going through iTunes looking for something to listen to, they can read your reviews and say, hey, this is a show I want to listen to as well. So if you guys could do that, I know it's going to take 3 or 4 or 5, 10 minutes out of your life. And I know you have to be creative and say something nice. And just give me the benefit of doing it if you don't mind. And I will continue to do these. It's kind of a give and take, and I appreciate that opportunity. Secondly, I've set in place a way for you to be held accountable to your day. Meaning, we get up out of bed in the morning and we say, I want to go to the gym and I want to work out. And then we go to the office and we go to lunch. And by the time 5 o'clock or so rolls around, man, we're tired. Man, I'm worn out. I need a beer. I need a hot dog. I just need to go home and watch TV. So we do that. We go do whatever we're going to do and go home and go to bed, get up the next day and go, man, I want to work out today. I'm going to go work out today. And we go to the office, go to work, go to lunch, become tired, don't go work out. What if there was a way for you to tell yourself in the morning, what did I do? What am I going to do? What do I want to do? Why do I want to do it? How can Mike help me? And have that sent back to you. And with my advice, and get that every day. Man, think about it. Here you go. It's got some encouragement going. I'm going to encourage you. You're encouraging you. And all of a sudden now, instead of being tired at the end of the day, you go, wait a second. I'm getting these emails from Michael, and he says, go to the gym. Because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to the gym. That's what I told myself in the morning I wanted to do. But I just forgot about me. The most important person in life is me, and I forgot about him. Michael didn't forget about me because he's going to send me an email and say, hey, go to the gym. Right here it says you wanted to go to the gym. Go do that. Right here it says what you accomplished today. Great job. Now, there's a way for you to do that. All you have to do is go to your cell phone, put the number 313131 into your cell phone. I know it's a 6-digit number, so it's not 7. It's not like a phone number, but just trust me, 313131. And then in the writing area of your cell phone, type in the word wealth. And I'm going to send you to a platform, and you can use that as much as you want. It's going to ask you a series of 10 questions. It's going to tell you about yourself and what do you want to accomplish, what you've been accomplishing, how much help you need, and it'll keep reminding you. And it's all there for free. Just my way of giving back. I like helping. So if I can help those of you out there succeed in life much greater than real estate, I want to do that. Because real estate isn't everything. It's just one component of our life. But since we're talking about real estate, let me answer this question. Here it is. Due to the high median values in my local market, I've started researching zip codes that are farther away from me, like 3.5 hours distance at the most. I'm not terribly excited about driving 3.5 hours away, one way. Besides the time spent driving, are there any additional pros and cons to marketing to an area that far away? Could it be more trouble than it's worth? Well, great question. Can I ask you a question? And this is not a response question to your question, just this is a question. Why are you driving? Stop driving. The only time you should drive 3.5 hours anywhere is to go do something fun. And buying a house, as much fun as it may seem like, it's not that much fun. All right? Especially when you can do it over the phone. Let me say that one more time. You can buy houses over the phone. You do not need to get in your car and drive for 3.5 hours. I have yet to see any of the houses I've bought in North Carolina, in Tennessee, in Philadelphia, in Texas, in Florida, Utah, Illinois, New York. Gosh, they're all over the place. I haven't yet seen them. I haven't seen the seller. I haven't seen the house. Now, I have people that talk to the seller and go look at the house for me, but I don't have to do it. I don't want to do it. If I want to drive 3.5 hours, I'm going to go to Vegas and have some fun. Well, yeah, I guess I can get there in 3.5 hours in my Bentley. It's like a 4.5 hour drive, but my Bentley will go 200 miles an hour. And anyway, I don't know that it will. They tell me it will. I have not had it up to 200 miles an hour. And I know some of you are thinking I'm a wimp. Why own a vehicle that will go 200 miles an hour if you do not, in fact, drive it 200 miles an hour? And the simple answer to that is because I want to live longer. So there is a reason I don't drive at 200 miles an hour, although it will go that fast. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So getting back to the question, you don't need to drive. There's better things to do with your time. I'd much rather you do more marketing, spend that time talking to more people that you would have spent in the car driving to wherever you're going. I'd much rather you spend time with your family, your children, your spouse, your friends, whatever it is that you have in your life. Certainly do not drive. There is a series of questions we have to ask our seller, and my Alexes, they go through, the 18 questions and they determine if I have a seller or not. Is that seller motivated? Is that seller willing to give us the information that we need? There's some really important questions inside of what we say and how we talk to a seller. You know what? For lack of anything else I'm going to do today, I'm going to cut this mic off real fast. I'm going to open up something on my computer and I'm going to go over a couple things to help some of you not have to drive 3.5 hours. Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay. I've never done this before. Well, I've asked the questions before, but I've never asked the questions like on a podcast. So bear with me because it's going to feel awkward for me. But I want to go through the questions that my Alexes ask our sellers to keep us out of driving 3.5 hours. And if you're a coaching student of mine, you're going to say, well, Mike, those aren't the questions you have me ask people. I understand that. What they are is the questions we ask people when we don't want to drive 3.5 hours. If we're going to go knock on their door, which is a better way of buying houses for most folks, then we need to have a different script for that. Because we're going to nurture, we have to eliminate really fast. There are reasons we have that script. But if we're going to be talking to folks, 1,000 miles away or 3.5 hours away, then we have to have different things. And so I want to share. Now, I'm kind of cannibalistically sharing here because I know that you can go to the website and you can buy what I'm going to share with you, the scripts and all the rebuttals and all the kind of good stuff and why you say this stuff the way you say it. And it's like $497. And some of you are going to get your little notepad out or send this to someone who's going to transcribe it and you're going to try to get it yourself. I understand that. I'm not afraid of that. Abundance, prosperity, that's all I have to say. But I'm going to go through. It's going to take me a little time. I apologize for you those of you that just wanted to get in, get out, be done with my show. But every once in a while, I got to give. We all have to give. So I'm going to pretend. I'm going to role play with myself. I'm going to talk to myself. I do that all the time anyway. It's not a big deal for me. It may sound funny to you. Not funny to me. Here we go. I'm going to call in. First thing my Alexes are going to say, thank you for calling. My name is Alex. How may I help you? Now, the reason I use the word or the name Alex is because whoever answers the phone can be an Alex. It can be a guy or a girl. I like having names that fit guys and girls because I don't know who's going to answer the phone. I've got several people that answer the phone, and if I have a guy, Mary won't fit. And I need everybody to be trained the same way. So we use Alex in this case because Alex is a girl's name. It's a guy's name. Now, if you're a guy and your name is Alex, I didn't call you a girl. And if you're a girl and your name is Alex, I didn't call you a guy. All I said is you have a name that can be a guy's name or a girl's name, okay? I've seen a girl named Michael, all right? And a boy named Sue. There's a song like that. So get over it. Question 2. May I please have your first and last name? One of the key components to this question is we always want to repeat and confirm the spelling of their full name. Michael, that can be spelled all kinds of different ways. Quarles, man, I've seen it spelled all kinds of different ways. But we can take John as an example. How do you spell John? Is it Jon? Is it John? I don't know. We certainly don't want to send a contract to John at Jon when it was John. That'd be kind of embarrassing. We should have done our due diligence up front and asked them and clarified the spelling of their name. If we don't know, ask. We should never assume. When they give us the answer, we're going to say, fantastic, thank you for helping with that. We want to let them know that we're paying attention. We're just not robotic here. If they don't want to give us the name, we have a rebuttal for that. And the rebuttal is, my name is Alex, and my job is to gather information so that our purchase manager can put together the best offer for you. If your house qualifies, will that be okay? Yes. Well, may I have your first and last name? If they don't want to give it to us, we go click. Thank you. Have a great day. We don't continue. There's no reason to continue. Question number 3, in case we get disconnected, what's a good number to call you back on? Now, my system captures their phone number, but there could be multiple phone numbers, and I want the best number. And I want to know, it's a cell phone, is it a home phone, is it a work phone? What is it? Okay? That's all I'm trying to do. Repeat and confirm the phone number. Now, for some of you who get phone numbers, and it sounds like this, 661-555-1212. Or it sounds 661-555-1212. And you go 66, what was that, 554? No, 555. Oh, 555. What was after that? 1212. 1213? No, 1212. Let me share with you an easy way of getting and retaining a phone number with someone. When you ask someone their phone number, so what's your phone number? And they start off, they go 661. You immediately step in at the 661. 661? And then they're going to say 555. You're going to say 555. Then they're going to say 1212. You're going to say 1212. So at every pause between all the hyphens, the dashes, whatever you want to call them nowadays, you're going to repeat those numbers back to them. It's the easiest way to make sure you confirm the phone number with them, rather than letting them say all 10 digits and then go, gosh, no, I didn't get that right. And then you have this cat and mouse thing. Okay, you're chasing the right phone number. Well, let them say the area code. Repeat the area code to them. Just jump in. Don't wait for them, because they're not going to wait for you. They don't know you're going to jump in. Jump in right in. 661. 661. And then after you start teaching them that you're going to jump in, they're going to wait for you on the second set. Kind of stuff. And if you doubt that, just, jump in the first time. Don't jump in the second time. They'll go, what happened to you? Did you hang up on me? So anyway, and then I'm going to ask, is that a cell phone? I want to know, man. I want to know if that's a cell phone or not. Why is that important? Why knowing that the primary number they want me to call them back on is a cell phone or not? I can give you a hint. There's 2 of them. They carry it with them. That's one. So whenever I call it, or if I need to call it at any time of the day, I'm pretty certain they're going to have it with them and going to be able to answer it. Where if it was a work phone or a home phone, I got to call them during those hours, when they're at home or when they're at work. And then the other reason I want to know it's a cell phone, this is a secret. It's going to be really secret. We can market to it, okay? We can send them 4 texts over the next 90 days that say, hey, you called me about possibly selling your house. Do you still have a house you're hoping to sell? If I know it's a cell phone, I'm going to put them in my cell text platform. And man, great marketing way to follow up. Okay, next question. If it's not a cell phone, do you happen to have a cell phone number where we can reach you? Now, if we add, there's probably as many cell phones in the United States as there is guns. And I'm not an anti-gun person. I don't want any of you thinking I am. But, hilariously, there probably is. I mean, there's people that have multiple phones. But anyway, so there's a lot of phones out there. So if there's cell phones out there, I want the phone number. And if someone says they don't have a cell phone, yeah, right. If they're motivated to sell a house and they have a phone number, they're going to give me the phone number.
Thanks for listening. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through yellow letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started and get in touch at yellowletters.com.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Question number 4. What is your primary email address where our purchase manager can email you our offer to purchase your house? Wow. Imagine that. The 4th question in is we're letting them know we're going to make them an offer. We're also letting them know that they can't ask me questions like, how much are you going to pay me for my house? Because we're telling them in advance, someone else is going to be doing all this. My job is to retrieve your information. Okay? Someone else is going to take care of that information and do something with it. My job is to retrieve it. And I'm going to make you an offer, or we're going to make you an offer now, and we're going to send it to you via email. The other thing I'm going to get to do when I get your email address, and again, emails are kind of like cell phones. We have a lot of email addresses out there. And I get to send you a lot of correspondence. I'm going to send you a bunch of response emails, 29 of them, in fact, my emails. They are long form and short form every other day. The reason they're long form and short form is because some people like the short form, some people like the long form. I'm just going to do it. Now, if they say, here it is, and this is my email address, and again, we're going to confirm and repeat. And we're going to say thank you. And we're going to use their first name. So we have their first name, so we can start using it. If they don't want to give us an email, at the end of our call, we're going to say, I will be turning over all of your information to our purchase manager. And one of the things they will need is a way to quickly present you with a written offer to purchase your house. Would you mind if I had your email address, please, so that we can email you their offer? Maybe they don't want to give us their email address. Maybe they say no. Well, if they say no, I know that they're not interested in selling their house to me. Or maybe they don't have one. If they make it clear, I just don't have one. And some people may not have. I haven't met that person yet. Well, that's not true. My mother, who's 83, and my uncle, who's a retired priest, who's 89, they don't have email. Okay? Heck. The 89-year-old priest doesn't even have a cell phone. My mom has a cell phone. I had to get her one of those big digit phones, and all the thing does is like dial and answer. That's all she does. No texting, no Facebook, no nothing. Anyway, if they can't give you it, move on. The second part of the questionnaire is we're going to start going into the qualification questions. And so we're going to say, hey, well, John, thank you for calling us to buy your house. So it's an embedded command. Thank you for calling us to buy your house. So we're going to be buying your house, John. Before we can determine how much we can pay for your house, there are just a few more questions I need to ask about your specific plans to sell, okay? They're going to say, okay, great. Again, my name is Alex, and my job is to collect all the information needed so that our purchase manager can construct the very best offer for you if your house qualifies. So we're going to give them the best offer. There's no reason for them to debate that fact. There's no reason for them to counter it. It's the very best offer we can give them. And their house may not qualify. It's a takeaway close. So it's a takeaway. If it doesn't qualify, I'm not going to, if you don't answer these questions correctly, I'm not going to make you an offer. And the offer I give you isn't up for debate. It's the offer. So as we go through the purchase, you'll notice that I'm going to be writing down some information that we need to have in order to present you with a fair and intelligent offer as quickly as possible, usually within the next 24 to 48 hours. Let's get started, yes? So that let's get started, yes, is an embedded command. So yes, we're going to get started. It's not a let's get started and let them say no. It's a let's get started, yes. But we're going to do, it's a fair, intelligent offer. Again, embedded commands into the brain that we're embedded into the brain of our prospect, that we're fair, we're intelligent, our offer's intelligent. It's the only offer they're going to get. It's the very best offer. And so let's get going. How did you happen to hear about us? Can you tell us? Okay, so how did you happen to hear about us? So most cases I send mail. Sometimes I do pay-per-click, but most cases I do mail. And again, I'm doing mail all over the country, so I need to know what mail piece and what area is working for me. Okay, does that make any sense? Because every area has a unique phone number. So then my next question after is, how did you hear about us? Which is important from a marketing perspective. I need them to tell me the last 4 digits of the phone number. I mean, they're holding the card in their hand. That's how they dialed, or the letter in their hand. That's how they dialed my phone number. So I know they have it with them right now. And it's the easiest and fastest. Question number 5, the quickest way to get the stuff done and retrieve the information so I can run my business. If they say that they can't remember, we always say we're always working very hard to grow our business. So knowing how our marketing is doing helps us do a better job for our clients. Can you recall how you happened to hear about us? We need to know. And I'm not going to debate whether they're answering me honestly or not, because I've been out to buy a house, and on their inbound questionnaire, they said they got a yellow letter in the mail. And when I asked them the same question when I was out there, they said they saw a bandit sign. And I've never put up a bandit sign, but I don't really care how they found me at some point. In the beginning I do, in this question I am. But at some point, I just want them to relive why they picked me, why I'm special. And there's a reason I'm special for them. So if the answer is yes, then we go, fantastic. We definitely looking forward to buy another house right now. And then we always keep track of the comments and the remarks, because they're going to start talking. And now my Ryan, who is the person who's going to start calling back and start getting the contract, they need to know stuff. Even though we're recording the call, they need to know what's being talked about without having to go to the recording and listening to the whole 15 minutes or so of the call to get the little key components of the call. And my Alexes are trained to, type in whatever they need to type in. Now that's up to question number 6 of 18. Now that's 14 pages of a script. You can see that asking it, and I'm not going to, it's going to take me 2 hours to go through the rest and explain it. You can see, I hope, how important it is to ask the right questions, but you can also see the idea, or grasp the idea, that you don't have to drive 3.5 hours. You can do this over the phone. And I know you can. I know you can, because I'm doing it over the phone. And let me set you free a little bit. Everybody listening, let me set you free. You are more qualified than anybody that starts at my office as an Alex. Right now, you are more qualified to buy a house than anybody their first day at my office. And within the first day at my office, they're on the phone getting contracts and having conversation because they're following a script. You guys and gals, man, you want to be an investor. That's why you're listening to this program. You want to do these things. I mean, it's in your blood. You breathe it. You feel it. It's part of you. Well, first day on the job, Alex, it's not part of them. It's just a job. I understand that. They're temp serve labor. I mean, they're great at what they, for what I need them to do. But understand, you already have a better ability than most of my first day Alexes, or all of my first day Alexes. So don't beat yourself up so much. You don't have to drive 3.5 hours. Ask the right questions. Do it over the phone. And, we're in a world where we buy stuff on Amazon. We buy stuff, we Google stuff when we buy from me. I have a Macy's in my city, but I shopped at Macy's this Christmas online. I mean, I could have gone down and figured out where to park my car and walked through the crowd and waited for a registered line and all that kind of good stuff at Macy's. But I bought Macy's online. It was so much more convenient. And we're kind of trained now from a consumer base that it's okay. Well, if it's okay to buy something from Macy's online or Amazon online or whatever it is, why isn't it okay to sell your house online? It is. I know it. I've proved it. So if you can buy a house over the phone, why go out and see a house? Why do that? Well, the reason for that, by the way, there is a reason to go see a house. And the reason you go see a house is because if you have a limited marketing dollar, your marketing dollar, when you go knock on the door and you start having nurturing or create nurturing with the seller, you'll get and have more opportunity. So you'll fulfill more opportunity. Where over the phone, you don't have that. It's more robotic. But there's still a large portion of the audience out there, or the consumer base, that's okay for. I mean, it's fine. Just do more marketing. If you think about it for a second, if you knew you could trade every dollar that you spent on marketing for $10 or $15 coming back to you, you'd just trade it. And as long as you know and have systems, you know the systems, you know how to do it, you know how to work them, you know the questions asked, you have systems for follow through, we'd all be just sitting in front of our computer over our online Skype phone numbers or voice over IPs, and we'd just be talking to sellers buying houses over the internet or over online, over the telephone. We'd never see a house. I mean, don't drive 3.5 hours. I know I got off in a tangent. I know how long we've been on the phone now, but it's probably been forever. Or the podcast, I apologize, almost 30 minutes. Oh my goodness, I've been telling myself I've been talking too much, and I know you guys have been telling me that too. But I just got to give, and I know I only got up to question number 6 of the 18. But man, those are important questions, and the reasons we ask them are important. Just take those little nuggets and go do it. And remember, call people back as timely as you can. Be professional. Use embedded commands. Tell them that you're going to buy their house. Tell them that they're going to sell their house to you. Be the professional that no one else is, and they will stop calling everybody else. They'll continue to call other people that do what you do if, in fact, they don't believe you can solve their problem. But the moment that they believe that you can solve their problem, they'll stop calling. People don't want to call investors. It's not enjoyable. It's not something that they look forward to doing. It's rather annoying sometimes. So when they find us who are professional, they're overwhelmed with gratitude. And they stop calling everybody else. That's what your job is. Buy houses, act professionally. Go do it. I appreciate the opportunity to help you guys. Sorry I got off on a tangent. Don't forget about the Platinum Card at yellowletters.com. Save 15% on all your marketing 2006. Seriously, that's a lot of friggin' money. Think about it for this way. So take 15% and divide it into 100. So 6 times 15 is 90. 7 times 15 is 105. So let's call it 7. That means if you're going to mail for 6 months, you can get an extra month in there for free. Man. In a year, that's actually 2 extra months if you think about it for the same price. That's pretty cool stuff. So you got to get into that Platinum program. You've got, if you guys are serious about buying houses for profit and serious about creating wealth, getting out of the job, getting rid of whatever you do during the day, if you guys are serious about that, increase the marketing. I always say, and I hate saying it because it sounds horrible for me to say, but I feel it. I live it. It's true. Market more, live less. Until you get to the point that, you're doing great. So market more, live less. Spend as much money as you can on marketing and live less. And maybe that means living less is you don't have lobster. Okay, you got top ramen, okay? Remember the college days? Maybe living less, you have to get a second job to pay for more marketing. Well, I want a second job. It's called real estate, Mike. I understand. But you got to do whatever you can do to get to make that phone ring, have opportunity. And you know what, guys and gals, I hate saying it, but we don't know who's going to call us. What we're trying to attempt here is that who calls us actually can sell us a house, but we don't know that they want to sell a house. So we have to have a pretty big funnel to get something to drop out of the bottom. And then we have to be professional and understand the scripts and how to buy the houses and talk to the folks. And that's what the coaching program's all about anyway. Anyway, again, thanks so much. I'll talk to you guys next time. Hope I help. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.